Jets, Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. We have a fun one for you guys. We are going to be continuing our series on the power rankings for every offensive line group in their respective divisions. And today, we travel to the AFC North. The Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. We are going to be ranking those offensive line groups and seeing who has the worst group in that division, who has the best group. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys to start. This offensive line group for all of these teams is pretty rough in this division. I'm not a big fan of a lot of their lines. I think there's one group that I would trust the most out of them all, but overall, I'm very about these offensive lines, and we're going to get into why. But first, if you've been here before, welcome back. You know I always love having you guys here in the Jets Board. It is so much fun having you guys return and enjoying the content. It makes me happy that you're enjoying it. If you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan or a fan of another NFL team or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here. This is a safe space for you. Now, like I said, we are going to continue this. This is episode 5, which I'm really excited to do on Saturday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time. We are going to be doing a live stream, doing a power ranking of all 32 NFL line groups. I am going to be giving you every single group in order of how I rank them in the league. But first, we're ranking these divisions. Now, like I said, we're going to be focusing on the AFC North, and I'm going to be starting from the bottom going up, like I've been doing. And in last place in this division, who I think has the weakest offensive line, honestly, and I'll give you a heads up, I think they're the weakest group in the NFL. Honestly, it's really rough with this offensive line, and it's been rough for many, many years. That is the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, man, I feel bad for Joe Burrow because he's such an elite quarterback, and I honestly feel like going along with his defense, which let him down last year, his offense lets him down as well. He's suffered many rough injuries in his career because the Bengals never really surrounded him with great offensive linemen. Now, you see the names on here. At left tackle, Orlando Brown Jr. was a really good offensive lineman when he was with the Ravens and the Chiefs. Since coming over to the Bengals, it's been rough. He's 29 years old. He had a PFF grade of 58.2. He's been struggling, honestly, with this group. And I don't know why. I don't know what's switched with him, but he's been struggling. Then you get to left guard Cordell Volson. At 26 years old, he had a 59.3 PFF grade last year. Again, not the best pass blocker or run blocker. He's okay, but not great. The upside is he's still young, so he might get better and better as season or the career goes on. But right now, it's very lackluster. At center, you got an old reliable veteran, Ted Karras, at 32. His PFF grade was 64.1. He's a reliable center. He's been in the league for many years. Would he be a starting center on other teams? That's a debate for another day. But he's a reliable offensive lineman. Has the best grade out of PFF for this group, which leads into the next one. Right guard Cody Ford, 28 years old, had a PFF grade of 50.6. He's a below average starter. I think he'd be a suitable backup guard, but on the offensive line as a starter, I think he's disappointed in his career. Then we get into right tackle Amarius Mims, who I really, really like. It was his rookie year last year. He's 22 years old, PFF grade of 57.8. He's a project. He has all the talent in the world to be really good. He's a freak athlete. He's got speed. He's got power. Now bringing that all together, he's very raw. I think it's going to be a work in progress, but I think he's going to get better and better and be a solid right tackle for years to come. But overall, this Bengals offensive line, I think, is just very disappointing. Might be the worst in the league, in all honesty. But for right now, they're in last place in the division of the AFC North. Getting into the next group, I have the Browns. Now, why do I have the Browns here? Well, they're in third place because they're another group that's just been disappointing. At left tackle last year, they had Jedrick Wills. He's currently a free agent. He held out, or he got hurt last year, and they tried to force him to play. He said no, so he was out the rest of the season last year. So DeJuan Jones got rushed in, and he had a pretty rough season. He's 23 years old. He's another project left tackle, but has all the upside in the world. He had a PFF grade of 46.4. He's a big guy. I think with another year in the system, he's going to get better. Then you get to left guard Joel Bitonio, 33 years old, PFF grade of 63.9. He's a solid guard. He does really, really good. And I just think he's reliable. He's getting older and he's lost a little bit of a step, but I still think you can rely on him at left guard and help out DeJuan Jones a little bit as well. Then you get center Luke Weipler, 24 years old. He didn't play that much last year, but when he did, he had a PFF grade of an 82.7, so there's a lot of upside with him. You can rely on him a little bit. Let's see how he does with a full season under his belt. Then you get to right guard Wyatt Teller, 30 years old, PFF grade of 62.6. He's average. He does okay when you need him to be, and he has some things he needs to work on. But then you get into one of the more noticeable names on this offensive line, right tackle Jack Conklin. He had a PFF grade of 66.2, and he's 30 years old. He's the best one on that offensive line, in my opinion. I think he's really, really good. He's stable at right tackle, does make mistakes every now and again, but as long as he can stay healthy, he's your stalwart on the right side and somebody they can rely on. But overall, this offensive line, there's a lot to be desired here. They have a lot of talent, especially with DeJuan Jones, and I'm really excited for him. Luke Weipler looks like he can be something as well, but we will see. Could they become one of the better offensive lines? Maybe. But for right now, it's not looking like that to me. Then we get to number 2, and it's interesting to say. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers here. This division was just very weak when it came to offensive line. A lot of talent when it comes to other positions, but offensive line, they're very, very weak in my opinion. At left tackle, they got Broderick Jones. He's 24 years old, had a PFF grade of 58.5. He was a project coming out. He only played tackle in college, I think, for like a year or two. And he got bumped to left tackle. I think he's better suited on the right side. I think he can get better. I think there's talent there. There's power there. And I think he just needs a little bit more time. But right now, it's looking pretty rough for him at this start. Then you get to left guard, Isaac Suamalo. He's 31 years old. He had a PFF grade of 67.6. He's okay. He's not great. He can get the job done, but I see him more as like a backup guard, a suitable backup, not a starter. Then you get to center, a player who I really like. This is Zach Frazier. He's 23 years old. I think he could become a really good center in this league, a very serviceable center. He had a PFF grade of 76.8 last year, and I think he can get better. I honestly do. The Steelers normally pick good centers, going all the way back to Pouncey and before that as well. I really like Zach Frazier. I think he can be solid, but right now, he is the best one on this line, in my opinion. Then you get to right guard Mason McCormick. He's 25 years old, had a 57.7 PFF grade. He struggles in the run game and in the pass game. He does get himself some penalties on him, a lot of holds, and he can get blown off the ball a lot of the time. He reminds me a lot of like a younger version of Wes Schweitzer, who Jets fans would know, on his back a lot of the time. Mason McCormick, I don't see much when it comes to him. Again, young though, could turn it around, but I'm not confident in that. And then last one, you got Troy Fatanu, 24 years old, somebody who can play a lot of different positions, guard and tackle on either side. He had a PFF grade of 64.4, but again, he didn't play in all the games. I think he can be good. He's a young player. I think he can be solid. I think guard is a better placement for him. I think he's a better guard than he is tackle. But right now he's their starting right tackle. And honestly, they're okay. They have Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback now, so he gets the ball out quick. But again, when he holds on to the ball a little long, it can be rough for him, especially behind an offensive line. I think going from the Jets, their offensive line was better. Going to the Steelers, it's a downgrade. He might be on the move a lot more. We will see, though. But right now, that's the Steelers' offensive line, and honestly, they're the second best one in that division. And hands down, the best one has to go to the Ravens. The Ravens have some stalwarts on this line, some players I really, really like. And the first one is Ronnie Stanley at left tackle. They made it a priority to bring him back. He was a free agent in the offseason. They made him a priority. He was going to sign with the Chiefs. And they were like, absolutely not. We're going to give you your money that you deserve. You're coming back to us. And he signed. And he's one of the better left tackles in this league. He's a top 3 left tackle in this league, in my opinion. Then you get to left guard, Andrew Voorhees. 26 years old, still young, had a PFF grade of 57.2. He's okay, not great. I think he can still get better. At center, though, Tyler Linderbaum. I think he's one of the best centers in this league behind Creed Humphrey. I love Tyler Linderbaum. He's 25 years old, PFF grade of 78.1. This guy deserves his money. He's on the last year of his contract. They need to re-sign him. They cannot afford to let him walk because there will be a lot of teams looking for him as their starting center, and he's a beast at it, at pass blocking, mainly at run blocking. He's a physical monster. Really, really good center. Then you get to another player that I really, really like that I hope gets better because he's got the size of a tackle playing guard, and he's a monster on this line. It's right guard Daniel Falele. He's 25 years old, PFF grade of a 60.5. He's getting better and better in the seasons that he's been playing. I think there's still room to grow. He needs to get a quicker step. He's got that size, but he can get blown off the ball, which is shocking. I think he needs a quicker punch to the defensive lineman. I think he needs to have a better stance, get lower, which is tough for his size. He needs to get better footwork, but overall, I think he's getting better and better, and I really do like Daniel Falele. And then lastly, we got right tackle Roger Rosengarten, 23 years old, had a PFF grade of 66.9. Another young player getting better and better. Overall, I think if they keep this core of linemen, especially with Linderbaum, Falele, and Rosengarten, Voorhees too could get better and better as long as he's the starter there. With this young group, I really, really like the foundations that they got. Ronnie Stanley is going to play for a good amount of time. And I think if they keep this group together, they can be a very, very formidable offensive line later down the road. But for right now, they're number one in the AFC North, and I don't think there's really much argument to that. But let me know what you guys think. This is my power rankings of the AFC North offensive lines. I think it's the weakest division when it comes to offensive line. I think the Ravens are head and toe the best ones. And then it was really tough between the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Browns. Honestly, I don't think the Bengals have really improved that offensive line at all. They just keep going for weapons. And that's going to get Joe Burrow killed back there. I talked about it in my one video when I talked about C.J. Stroud and the offensive line that he's got. Burrow's worse. It's worse for Burrow. And I feel bad for him. He's the franchise quarterback and can get them to the Super Bowl. He's already proved that. Get the guy some protection. It's been really bad. But honestly, guys, let me know what you guys think about these teams in the AFC North. Do you think I got it right with the division, with the O-line power rankings? Do you think I got it wrong? Let me know down in the comments. What's your power rankings so far for these teams? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.